Are you starting a new topic or diving into a different discipline? Well, SciX makes it easy to conduct broad literature searches using keywords, filters, and smart refinement tools, helping you explore what's out there and find your footing fast. Here's how you can achieve this with SciX. So I'm going to dive straight into Science Explorer for this one, and I'm going to search for the oceanography researcher Amy Smith. A pretty common name, of course, but Amy is actually one of our Science Explorer advisory board members. She does some amazing research and a bunch of citizen science work as well. Now, if I search for Amy's name completely unfielded, I get 8,000 results, and even if I select the author field, that doesn't drop down a huge amount because it is an incredibly common name. So we're going to use some of these smart refinement tools to find the author that we're looking for. Now, if I click on author here, I don't know what Amy's middle name is, so I couldn't even hazard a guess as to which of these to click on to further refine this search. So instead, I'm going to lean on some other things that I know about the work that she's done. So for example, I know that she would publish predominantly in the earth science field, and so if I limit the collection to 2,000-ish results in earth science, we have reduced the number of papers that we're searching by a significant amount. We've gone down to a quarter of what we started with. But I also know a few other things about Amy. For example, the fact that she works at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute. So this is where I can start to explore some of these fields. Now, I can't see WHOI here, but if I open this out, I should be able to search for WHOI in here. And if I select that, we can see already this has dropped down to 10 papers. So if I limit my search to earth science, published at WHOI, I am pretty sure that these are papers by the Amy that I am looking for. Now, I know that this is definitely one of Amy's papers because she looks a lot at microbes within the ocean crust and the minerals within it. And if I click on this, I can be absolutely sure that this is definitely one of the papers that she has published. Now, this has only come up with 10 potential papers, which I think is fairly, reasonable. She's probably published many more, but they can't necessarily be directly linked to either the earth science category, or it could be that she has published when she was affiliated with a different institution, for example. So one way that I can further explore some of her papers could be to actually search by her ORCID. So for this particular publication, she added her ORCID ID, which is a specific persistent identifier for a single researcher. And an ORCID ID is great because it stays with a researcher regardless of whether they change their name, either through marriage or through transitioning, whether they change institutions. This is this one persistent identifier that will stay with them. And so if they claim their papers and affiliate them with their ORCID ID, or they declare them when they publish them, then that will always be affiliated with this one single identifier. So if I click on Amy's ORCID, I can see that in Science Explorer, there are definitely 8 papers that are associated with her work. So having a look here, I can also determine that her middle name does seem to be an R. So next time, if I want to search for Amy's work, I could maybe search for A.R. Smith, but she won't always have included her middle name, or of course some papers and publication outlets don't always let you add your middle name. Everyone has their own different conventions. Now, 8 may not seem like a lot of papers, but this is because these are the 8 that are associated with her ORCID ID. And so one of the things that you're actually able to do is, if you find papers within here that should be attributed to your ORCID ID, what you can do is use the ORCID claim button here, and you can start to add those to your record. So you don't even have to do this through ORCID. We have an amazing connection with them, and we'll talk about that shortly in a later module. But this is just one way that you can find papers from people even when you're not sure of how you're going to find their particular name in this huge number of people with very, very similar names.